Welcome back to our channel, where we gather to share our deep love and enduring passion for the residents of Port Charles on this beautiful day. We have spent decades inviting these characters into our living rooms, watching them grow, love, and face unimaginable trials, and today we have some incredibly pressing and emotional matters to discuss regarding the current state of our beloved show. For those of us who have been watching General Hospital for many years, the fictional city of Port Charles feels like a second home, and its residents feel like an extended family. We have watched generations of families evolve, and we have invested our hearts into their daily struggles and triumphs. However, lately, there's been a growing sense of unease and anxiety among the dedicated fan base. A noticeable void has opened up on our screens, and it is becoming impossible to ignore. The vibrant, undeniable energy that usually drives the drama seems to be dimming, and much of this concern centers around the glaring and heartbreaking absence of one of the show's most beloved legacy characters. The fans of General Hospital are growing increasingly worried about the prolonged disappearance of Kirsten Storms, the immensely talented actress who has breathed life into the iconic role of Maxie Jones for nearly 2 decades. Maxie is not just another character. She is a foundational pillar of the show's modern era. As the daughter of legacy super couple Frisco and Felicia Jones and the recipient of her cousin BJ's heart in one of the most unforgettable and tear-jerking storylines in daytime television history, Maxie represents the very soul of General Hospital. We have watched her transition from a rebellious, troubled teenager into a formidable businesswoman, a fiercely protective mother, and the beating heart of the Deception Cosmetics empire. Therefore, her sudden vanishing act from the canvas has left viewers feeling deeply unsettled and longing for her immediate return to the screen. Unfortunately, the reality of the situation is far more complicated and distressing than a simple storyline hiatus. Due to a series of severe personal issues that have unfolded in her private life, Kirsten Storms has made it explicitly clear that she will not be returning to General Hospital or the world of daytime television in the near future. While she has not definitively stated that she is abandoning her acting career or quitting the industry forever, her candid admission that she has no immediate plans to return has sent shockwaves of disappointment and profound sadness throughout the loyal viewing audience. For viewers who have incorporated Maxie's daily adventures into their own lives, this news feels like a sudden and painful farewell to a dear friend. To understand the full scope of this tragic situation, we must look back to the troubling reports that emerged earlier this year. Back in April, the entertainment news outlet TMZ broke a highly concerning story regarding Kirsten's personal life. The report revealed that her ex-husband, Brandon Barash, whom many soap opera fans will recognize from his time as Johnny Zakara on General Hospital and his current work on Days of Our Lives, felt compelled to file for a restraining order against Kirsten. According to the legal filings, this drastic measure was taken by Brandon to protect his family and ensure a safe environment. Reading such news about an actress we have adored for years is incredibly difficult, and it immediately sparked a wave of speculation, concern, and heartbreak among the fans who only want the best for her. The situation becomes even more emotionally agonizing when we consider the impact on their shared child. Prior to these highly publicized legal and personal struggles, Kirsten and Brandon had been successfully sharing joint custody of their beautiful daughter, Harper. Harper, as many longtime viewers will remember, even played the role of baby Georgie on General Hospital for a brief period, further cementing the deep connection between Kirsten's real family and her television family. However, according to the court documents that surfaced during this tumultuous time, Kirsten herself had asked Brandon to take full care of their daughter while she took the necessary time to step away and address her mounting personal issues. The sheer heartbreak of a mother realizing she must temporarily step away from her child in order to heal is a tragedy that resonates deeply with any parent watching. Just as the public speculation was reaching a fever pitch, Kirsten bravely stepped forward to clarify the terrifying reality of her situation, and her revelation stopped everyone in their tracks. She disclosed that she is currently suffering from a brain aneurysm. This is a severe, life-threatening medical condition that requires immense physical and emotional strength to navigate. Suddenly, the narrative shifted from tabloid gossip to a profound sense of empathy and terror for a young woman fighting for her health. A brain aneurysm is a ticking time bomb, and the stress of a grueling daytime television production schedule combined with intense personal and legal battles is an environment that is entirely unconducive to the quiet, peaceful healing that such a grave medical diagnosis demands. Yet, even with this terrifying health crisis serving as the primary reason for her absence, there remains a lingering shadow of doubt and speculation regarding the nature of her departure from the show. Because of the highly publicized drama surrounding her personal life, and perhaps due to some undisclosed tensions that may have occurred behind closed doors on the General Hospital set, Kirsten declared that she would not be coming back. This definitive statement felt like a heavy blow. We are left to wonder if the working environment at the studio became too strained, or if the producers were unable to accommodate the delicate nature of her situation. Whatever the exact combination of reasons may be, the ultimate result is that the fans are left mourning the loss of a character who brought so much light, humor, and resilience to Port Charles. The ripple effects of Maxie's absence on the current storylines are profound and deeply damaging to the narrative structure of the show. Over at Deception, Maxie was the creative force and the emotional glue holding the company together. Without her, the corporate storylines feel untethered and lacking in their usual spark. Furthermore, her absence leaves a massive hole in the Quartermaine and Scorpio Jones family dynamics. We are missing her sharp wit, her fiercely loyal friendships, and her unique ability to insert herself into the drama of everyone around her with the best of intentions. When a legacy character vanishes without a proper on-screen resolution, it creates a jarring disconnect for the audience, breaking the immersive illusion that the writers work so hard to maintain. However, the crisis facing General Hospital right now extends far beyond the heartbreaking loss of Kirsten Storms. As seasoned television critics and devoted fans, we must address the alarming trend that is currently plaguing the show, the sudden and unexplained disappearance of multiple core characters. It is not just Maxie who is missing. The prolonged absences of other vital characters, such as Sasha Gilmore and Sam McCall, are causing massive structural problems for the ongoing storylines. When you remove too many foundational pieces from the chessboard, the entire game begins to fall apart, and that is exactly what we are witnessing in Port Charles right now. Let us first consider the glaring absence of Sam McCall. Sam is a character with deep, intricate ties to almost every major family in town. She shares a rich, complicated history with Jason Morgan, a child with Dante Falconeri, and she is the eldest daughter of Alexis Davis. Right now, as we know from the latest developments in Port Charles, the Davis family is undergoing an apocalyptic emotional meltdown. Christina has just confessed to Molly that she and Alexis were responsible for kidnapping Rick Lansing months ago. This explosive revelation has shattered Molly's world and left Alexis completely isolated, having lost her children to distance and devastating betrayal. Where is Sam during this unprecedented family crisis? Her absence during the very moment when her mother and sisters are emotionally tearing each other apart is a glaring narrative failure. Sam has always been the fiercely protective, street-smart sister who would step in to mediate or take charge, and her vanishing act makes the current Davis family implosion feel incomplete and highly frustrating for longtime viewers. Equally troubling is the disappearance of Sasha Gilmore. Sasha is a character who has endured an unimaginable amount of trauma on our screens. We watched her suffer through the tragic death of her husband Brando, the agonizing loss of her infant son Liam, a harrowing battle with drug addiction, and the horrific psychological abuse she endured under the guardianship of Gladys. The audience invested years of emotional energy into rooting for Sasha, hoping to finally see her find peace, stability, and happiness. Just as she seemed to be finding her footing, perhaps exploring a charming dynamic with Cody Bell, she was abruptly removed from the narrative focus. Her absence not only robs the viewers of the payoff they deserved after witnessing her suffering, but it also negatively impacts the characters left behind. Cody, for instance, has been completely redirected into a romance with Molly Lansing Davis, a storyline that feels sudden and disconnected from the natural progression of his relationships, largely because his established dynamic with Sasha was left dangling in the wind. These disappearances point to a much larger, systemic problem within the current writing and production regime at General Hospital. How can a daily drama successfully build compelling, long-term narratives when the actors who anchor those stories are constantly being shuffled off screen or written out without explanation? The writers are being forced to pivot constantly, abandoning carefully laid plot threads and hastily rewriting family dynamics to cover for the missing actors. This results in a disjointed, chaotic viewing experience where character motivations change on a dime and deep historical bonds are conveniently forgotten. For an audience that prides itself on remembering decades of show history, this lack of continuity is not just annoying, it feels like a betrayal of our loyalty. We, the longtime viewers, the ones who have tuned in through the glorious eras of the 80s and 90s, deserve better. We understand that real life happens. We understand that actors face medical emergencies, personal tragedies, and contract disputes. But the show must find a way to honor the legacy of these characters rather than simply pretending they no longer matter. If Kirsten Storms needs time to heal from a terrifying brain aneurysm and navigate her complex family dynamics, we support her wholeheartedly and pray for her complete recovery. But the writers must address Maxie's absence on screen with the respect and emotional weight that the character has earned over the past 20 years. The same goes for Sam, Sasha, and any other character who suddenly vanishes into the ether. As we look toward the future of General Hospital, we are left with a mixture of profound concern and enduring hope. The canvas of Port Charles feels a little emptier, a little colder, and significantly less vibrant without the presence of Maxie Jones, Sam McCall, and Sasha Gilmore. The current storylines are struggling to bear the weight of these missing pillars, and the audience is feeling the strain. We can only hope that the production team recognizes the deep emotional investment of their loyal viewers and takes steps to rectify these glaring narrative holes. Until then, we will continue to watch, we will continue to critique, and we will continue to hold out hope that one day, when the time is right and the healing is done, our missing friends will find their way back home to Port Charles.